Thank you so much for coming and celebrating Vas's birthday with us. It means so much to all of us that you guys were here. We're going to have a great night tonight, lots of dancing, drinks, fun. And I just wanted to start the night off with a few speeches. And the very first speech is very special. It's Michigan Mom and Dad, my in-laws that have raised Vas, and we would love for them to come up and say a few words.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I can't believe it is Vas' 50th birthday. It looks as if we had his first birthday the other day. Time flies too fast. If possible, I would like to hold the time. We are so happy to be here to celebrate the 50th birthday of our wonderful son Vas. We wish him a very happy 50th birthday and many more happy birthdays to come. Vas is an amazing person. He is gentle, kind, compassionate. He is always there giving a helping hand to others. He is always there for us whenever we need him. We are very proud of him. Many of us know that he loves playing sports and enjoys singing. He has seamlessly fused his love for sports and medicine and managed to keep his both mind and his soul intact or sharp. He has used his talent as a singer to bring joy to the lives of others. Who knows? He may bring that joy to all of us today. Our son has achieved so much in his life. He has a successful career. He has got a wonderful group of friends and a loving family. We are very proud of him, and it is an inspiration to all of us.
Well, now, as his mother, there are no words enough to express the immense love I have for my son. He has brought boundless joy and pride into my life, and I am incredibly grateful to have watched him flourish into an exceptional person he is today. His gentle spirit, unwavering support, and unconditional love has been my guiding light, and I am eternally blessed to call him my son. I wish him this next chapter of his life bring even more beauty, love, and fulfillment. I also wish him to continue to find success in all his endeavors, and his genuine kindness continue to touch hearts and inspire others. Happy 50th birthday, my dear son. Thanks you for allowing me to be part of your journey and for being a constant source of love and pride. I wish you many more years of happiness, health, with abundant blessing.
I would like to propose a toast. Today, Today, as we celebrate his 50th milestone, let us raise our glasses to our son, was many talented person, a doctor, a singer, a athlete. So to him, we bring him all the joy and happiness in his life. Cheers.
Thank you for coming for my dad's 50th birthday. Tonight is not only about celebrating an amazing man who is my biggest inspiration, but also my best friend. All through my life, my dad has been my biggest role model. He is the most hardworking person I know, along with my mom, but still makes time for family. He'll spend his free time after work coaching me or watching me play tennis or driving me to tournaments on the weekend. But one of the things I admire most about him is that even when we're all go, 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 he always makes sure that we take a step back to smell the roses and have some fun. Some of my best memories are when we're at home watching tennis on TV or geeking out about superhero movies, dissecting scenes or coming up with our newest theories. But possibly our most fun is in our ping pong battles. I can only hope that one day he will beat me. So on this special day, I want to raise a toast to the best dad a child could ask for. Here's to another 50.
Hi, Daddy. On this special day, as we celebrate your 50th birthday, I couldn't be more grateful to have you in my life. You've always been there for all of us with your giant camera in hand. Everyone knows. Bringing structure and order to every chaotic moment, especially on days like today. While the big events are always unforgettable and filled with awesome fun, it's those quiet, intimate moments with just you and me that truly highlight the incredible person and dad that you are. I treasure our daily car rides to school and high school, where we would talk about our plans for the day or week. Thank you for teaching me the value of organization. My Google Calendar is almost as colorful as yours now. Some of my fondest memories involve sitting at the dinner table together, eating a plate of drunken noodles, and listening and laughing at your corny dad jokes. I love our interesting conversations about random fun facts or pop culture news, from tracking the stock market to debating the color of the black and blue or white and gold dress. Coming to the hospital after school has always been special. I remember sitting beside the ice cream fridge, seeing you between patients, and receiving your help with my impossible homework of the week. Your dedication to your family and friends is evident in every action you take, and your love shines brightly in everything that you do. In fact, it almost feels redundant to say just how honest and good-hearted my dad is, as it has always been evident in his actions and values he's instilled in us. You've taught us the importance of honesty, and the consequences of dishonesty have always been more severe than any bad grade or slip-up, ingraining in us the value of owning our actions, both wins and mistakes. We have been blessed with countless memories, such as beer bowl stories, recitals, tennis matches, breakfast table meetings, and warm hugs. Yet, amidst all those treasured moments, they all have one person in common: you. Sean and I are so lucky to have you as our role model. Your love, guidance, and unwavering support have shaped us into the kids we are today, and we love you so much. Here's to a future filled with even more laughter, love, and fun memories with everyone. Happy 50th birthday.
आज तो संजय ने सोनी ये फैशन की हम ता तेरे
Now we have the pleasure of hearing from my dad's brother, brother-in-law, and best friends. Please give it up for Chikaba, Amit Mama, Manu Chacha, Deepak Chacha, and Vinny Uncle.
All right, good to see everyone here. Isn't this place amazingly decorated, Monica? This is phenomenal. Probably the nicest event I've ever been to. I need the TVs on. So let's get the TVs on. All right, we're gonna make this a little more of an interactive experience. So first of all, just as a reintroduction, I am Kieran, Vas's much younger brother. Right, and what we're gonna do here is we are gonna go through 50 years of Vas's fashions, as well as Vas's passions. All right, and we're gonna go through era by era. But before we get started, we wanna make sure this is an interactive experience. So what we need is for all of you to take out your phones. Take out your phones if you guys got it. All right, take out your phones. Okay, and I want you to scan this QR code. Get it up on your phones. Get it up on your phones. I'll give you guys time. For anybody who hasn't used a QR code, the person next to them at the table, please help them out. Get them on. All right, there should be nothing on your screen, which is fine, because we're going to play some interactive questions as we kind of go through this. So we'll start off with when Vas and me and my parents were still in India. So this is moving from butter chicken to basketball, right? This is a cross-continental journey. That's where it starts, all the way back in India. For those who don't know, me and Vas were both born in India, and we were incredibly cute when we were little, right? And as you can tell, my brother was styling from day zero, because he's got the blue shirt with the extra collars. I think I saw him wear this the other day here. He's looking good. So these are my parents. This is India. And I've been trying to think about what story I can tell about my brother that would really epitomize the passion that represents my brother. And so I was thinking, well, there's the time that he climbed up on my dad's car and drew on it with a rock. Or it might be the time that he tried to roller skate on our compound and fell off, broke his arm. And then I was like, no, I know exactly what it is. It's another photo. This is when Vas looked like on the right-hand side. The blue sweater. This was in middle school. We had just moved to the US. And I was getting bullied. I was getting bullied in school. And this kid would sort of like wait till after coming off the bus ride, and he would sort of bully me. So one day, I get off the ride, and my brother's waiting there. Right? The bully comes off, and I saw my brother threaten this kid super hard. And I saw, for the first time, a true passion for my brother. It's a passion for family. He cares about family so much. He's incredibly protective. If any of you know him, you know how protective he is, the people that he cares about. So, I love the bell-bottom pants, as you can see, but Vas is really known for his passion. So we're going to do a little bit of kind of a trivia to see how well you know Vas. All right? And so the question is, and you should see these on your phones now if you have your phones out, so feel free to vote. How did Vas get the scar on his head? He's got a little scar on his head. And so I'll give you guys a little bit of time. Go ahead and start trying to vote. What do you think caused this to happen? Oh, roller skating on the wall? Running into a rock? Really, are you sure? That doesn't seem like Vas. No hints? No hints? Oh, roller skating on the wall, yeah. Oh, cricket ball in the face is starting to take a lead. Strong lead. All right, actually, the number one answer is he was running into a rock. Yes, this was in the playground. He ran into a rock. All right, let's go to the next one really quick. What was Vas's favorite sport while in India? Was it cricket? Was it racing tires? Was it basketball? Maybe he was just born, even though he was in India, he just loved basketball. Maybe it was tennis. Oh, cricket. Cricket's going strong. Going strong. We're at 23 votes for cricket. Yeah, actually, his primary favorite sport was racing tires on the street. That is right. If you guys don't know what that is, when you find him, ask him what it is. He has to explain that story himself. So we're kind of through the early years. Next up is Deepak, who's going to walk us through some of his high school years.
Raise my tire over here.
Good evening, everyone. I am honored and delighted to have an opportunity to speak about one of my best friends, one of my brothers, Vas, somebody who is one of the most important people in my life. We've known each other for about 35 years, since we were very young. And I really wanted this to be a moment where I could roast Vas, because that's really what the audience wants. But I realize that I can't do it. I just can't roast him. And it's not because there's nothing to roast him about. It's not because my brother's going to be speaking next and he can probably do a pretty good job as well. And it's not because 95% of the stories I would like to tell you about Vas, I cannot tell in front of his kids, his parents, or his professional colleagues. Although all of that is true. There's still stories left over. I could have told you about, for example, when in high school I would stay over at Vas's house and we'd do a sleepover and we would share the same bed. And Vas would insist on sleeping in his underwear only. And we're talking whitey tighties. We're not talking boxers. That kind of thing leaves a scar. I could have told you about the time we tried to have a surprise birthday party for Vas. And we had somebody volunteer eagerly to host this birthday party at their house. It was this younger kid who loved Vas, adored Vas, looked up to Vas as a mentor. So he decided to host this party, and it was my job to bring Vas to this house for the party that was waiting for him. And Vas would refuse to go, because he thought this kid was a total dork. He's like, I'm not going to his house, it's my birthday. I'm like, yeah, but we're just going to hang out for a little bit, and see how it is. He's like, why would I want to spend my birthday with him? Anyway, eventually we got there, turned out as a party for Vas. We could talk about that, but that's not where we're going to go. Or I could have talked about the time when, in college, Vas, who was at University of Michigan, and I spent my first year at Michigan State, Vas came to visit me for a weekend, to spend one night, for the sole purpose of me teaching him an entire semester's worth of economics. In one night, so that he could pass his final exam. It will go unsaid why he needed somebody to teach him an entire semester's worth of a course in one night. He actually ended up getting an A, I believe. I don't know. I think he got an A. I'd like to think it's because he's a brilliant student and not because I'm a brilliant teacher. I can't, however, think that. But the reason I can't roast him about any of these or all the other things that I would love to say about Vas, which you can see me at the bar later. But the reason I can't roast him is for one very, very simple reason. Every one of those memories, and every one of the memories I can't talk about right now, are some of the greatest memories I have growing up as well. And spending those moments with him, not the underwear one, the underwear thing was troubling then and is troubling now. Arguably more so today. But every one of those memories that we shared, the conversations we had, the experiences we had, the ups and downs we had, the gossip sessions, the difficult times, the best times, the funny times, every one of those things weren't just his life, they were my life as well. And they were literally some of the best times of my life. They say that you never have friends like you do when you're about 14, 15 years old. And that's true, I think. But it's especially true for those of us who are lucky enough to still be friends with the people that we were friends with when we were 14 or 15 years old. And it's especially true for those of us who have a friend like Vas. And in those 35 years, there's never been 1 second of one day where I didn't think that he had my back, or that he wouldn't do anything for me, or that we wouldn't be friends forever. There wasn't a single day where we didn't get together and find some way to laugh about things no matter what the situation was. And I, as I said at the very beginning, am honored and delighted to be able to spend some time talking about Voss, because as much passion as he has for his family, which we all know, and we see it in a million ways, that same passion he has for his friends. He'll do anything for his friends. He's the reason so many of us from so many different places would come here to celebrate, because Voss is a very, very, very special person, and every one of us is better for it. Thank you, Voss.
Following Deepa on the microphone. So anyway, my name is Manu. I have known Voss since I was like 13 years old, so that's, you guys can do the math on that pretty easily. It's been one of my greatest pleasures in life to consider Voss my best friend. And it is a little known fact that we were best friends from the day we met. The very day we met, we connected in a way that has been at the same intensity for the last 37 years. And obviously, Deepak has said a lot of the same things. One of the greatest joys has been all three of us being that close, growing up, and then not missing a beat for decades to come. So thanks for your friendship, Voss, and obviously it's one of the greatest joys of my life. I'm also speaking on behalf of all of Voss's friends from college who aren't up here, but are kind of like, I really have a story I want to tell right now. Also on behalf of my children who are very excited, Ashiana, Shreya, and Sienna, and of course my wife, who is here and loves Voss just as much. Voss is not the only person that Deepak taught a class in one day to who got an A. He did that for me too. It was so nice for economics. You didn't have to go. You just met up with him the night before. All right. So we're going to be talking about sleepless nights, video games, parties, and then a touch on med school. So when I look at this picture, it reminds me of a couple of things, and one of them obviously is performance days. For those of you who don't know, Voss was not only a great singer, but also a great dancer. Did tons of years of performances dancing, whether it was sanctioned or not sanctioned. So if you have not seen him dance, please ask him for some dance moves tonight from, the old days, and I'm sure he'll be able to help you out. That should be happening today. But the other thing that this picture reminds me of is a quality. I don't know if I would call it a passion, but something that I think is just so fundamentally Voss. It was not easy to hang out with our group of friends. I don't know that it's gotten any easier, but we were like, always ripping on each other. Sarcasm was pretty heavy in the air all the time. But Voss was just always such like a sincere guy that the sarcasm never really cut that well. But this picture reminds me of the time that we were all going at it and just like kind of making fun of each other. It seemed like one guy was getting the brunt of it. And Voss just walked up to him and was just kind of like, hey, are you feeling tension? And I just think that that's just so emblematic of who Voss is. Just a very sincere guy who cares about people, and generally sometimes is a little clueless about the cues emotionally that are in the air. Yeah. So I think that's a little emblematic about who Voss is. Very caring, very sincere. I mean, Voss is absolutely who he is in everything that he does. It doesn't matter whether it's tennis, whether it's playing pool, it was playing golf. Oh, wait, it's not a thing, because we've been trying to get him to play golf, and he's like, yeah, I'm totally going to play golf. He's not going to do it. It's not him. If he doesn't have a passion for it, he's not going to do it. If he has a passion for it, he's going to do it to the absolute extreme. But he's just very authentic, and I think to me that is one of the defining characteristics of who Voss is. He is a very, very sincere individual. And of course he cares about people, as evidenced by this story. And also sometimes is completely flabbergasted about like, why is everybody getting upset? So anyway, I'm gonna move to the next picture now. Great picture. All right. On the left, we have a picture of Voss getting ready to drink a beverage on the eve of what was about to be his departure to medical school and the amazing things that he's done after that. On the right, we have a picture of a number of his awesome friends from undergrad, who most of them are here today, and one person that we're not really in touch with. But I don't know who put that picture in on the left, but I will comment on it. I appreciate Voss's, he's appropriately feeling ashamed. You can see Whisk in the background, so he's probably in a laundry room of some sort with an expert grip, clearly about to fail at chugging whatever he's holding. But again, this is going to really, really play into what the first question is coming up. So, the question is, what condition did Voss think he was suffering from immediately after drinking just maybe 1/4 of that drink? Stomachache, heart attack, yellow squares, or a urinary tract infection? There just does not seem to be any argument about what the winner is here. And you are correct. I think it was really clear that he was going to be a cardiologist, like way early. This is what we saw. Chug, chug, chug. I think I'm having a heart attack. So, anyway, it's been fun being friends with Voss. All right, next question. At which video game establishment did Voss spend the most time in Ann Arbor? Pinball Pete's, Michigan Union, Nectos, or Scorekeepers. These are all places that got a very measurable amount of time from Voss during undergrad. But yes, most of you were able to pick up that video game establishment was the key there. And yes, it was Pinball Pete's, and that is why he got the car towed that one time, in case your parents were wondering. So, anyway, thank you, Voss, for giving me the opportunity to talk today. Thank you for decades of amazing friendship, and it's great to be here to celebrate with you. And now I am calling up Amit, Voss's brother-in-law, surgeon extraordinaire, and General Studmuffin.
All right, so, I knew Voss after, these guys have their stories of Voss as a kid, and they're equals, right? So for me, Voss was always a role model, which I didn't realize that until I went through the same things he went through, right? So we went through residency, and I realized how hard it was and how difficult it was at the time. When I was growing up, I didn't know that. But even when that happened, Voss was still my role model. And when I think about times now, I went through this stuff Voss went through. I was nobody's role model. I was literally somebody who was that's all I care about was myself, right? Residency is so hard, you're just trying to survive. And those years when I first met Voss, he always thought about me. Right? He always cared about me. He always, I could tell you a million stories. I guess the best story I could say was, I had knee surgery, my second knee surgery. I came back from Florida. I played a little bit of tennis back in the day. Had knee surgery. My mom, if you guys know my mom, she loves her son. She loves her family. And 4 days after my knee surgery, I said, Mom, I'm going to stay with Voss. Mind you, this is probably maybe 3 or 4 weeks after we met. This was like a long-term friend. This was literally a couple weeks afterwards. And Voss there was no 80-hour work week. This guy would work like a dog. And come home, and we made some pasta he's never made before. I thought it was the best pasta I've ever had in my entire life. But he took care of me as a resident, working 100 and some hours a week. completely not thinking of himself, just thinking about, I'm not even his brother-in-law at the time. I mean, he might have thought I could be, but you know, I was just a friend, you know. And since that time, right at the beginning, he's always not just been, you know, he's never been a friend to me. He's always been my role model and a big brother to me. So it brings you to Augusta, and it brings you to passion. We all talked about passion in life, right? So everyone talked about Deepak, Manu. What was Vasa's passion during that period of time? And obviously, with the story I just told you, what was Vasa's passion? It was me. Yeah, it was, actually. I could go on and on and on. Right? I got the gift of gab. I could talk forever. But I will say the honest truth. There's nobody in my life that has meant more to me for the last how many years than you have. I love my mom. I love my dad. I love my sister. Obviously love my beautiful wife and everyone else like that. But when things have came hard and things I wanted advice for, of things I've done before in my life, I've always turned to you. So 41 years old, I'm 41. Boss, still, if anything in my life I have a question about, the first phone call is you. The first person I look up to is you. The first person I talked about, who I love more than anything, is you. You, I don't have the funny, sappy stories, or like, you know, I could totally, you know, I don't have those, because my whole life I've looked up to you, you know, as somebody I've wanted to be like. In every single accomplishment in my life, you have had such a huge part of it. And for that, I could never thank you enough. You have done everything for me. So we'll go through questions now, but Vas, I truly, honestly love you from as much as another younger brother can love an older brother. I love you. So my questions are, first of all, before the pictures. This is actually a pretty recent picture of us. And to the right is the picture when I didn't know what was going on. I think I might have been in med school, maybe. But, you know, obviously every time I was in medical school, say a little more, obviously I can talk, but it's funny because, you know, in residency you have 3 weeks off. When I was in medical school, I was in the Caribbean. So we had very little time off. Every time I had off, I would always be at my sister and brother-in-law's place. 3 weeks in residency, that's where I would be. Mom and Dad, you want to come see me? I'll be at Didi and Boss's.
You still do that?
I still do that, right? So, you know, it's funny because that really, it's kind of crazy. Your friends have these great stories. I went to a week of vacation. I went to like Greece and I did all this fun stuff. And I was like, I'm going to see my brother-in-law and my sister, you know? But I have the best times of my life. So first question, a lot of these are pretty self-deprecating on myself because I wasn't the smartest guy back when I was young. When Voss's parents first came over to the Tagger house, we decided to watch a movie at a theater. What movie did we watch secondary to my recommendation? Hint, I already saw this movie and my sister almost killed me after the movie. To this day, she still might kill me when we talk about this. So, the actual answer is Basic Instinct. Wait a second, what do you guys honestly think of me? That's crazy. I'm not, back then I was a little bit dumb. I'm not that dumb. It was actually Fight Club. It was Fight Club. Alright, so the second question is, what was the reason Voss first came to Didi's house? Should have been to meet me, actually. To play tennis with me, to see my sister, for Voss to meet Didi, for Voss to meet my parents, It was actually for Voss to play tennis with me. My mom met Voss at the hospital and said, my son plays a little bit of tennis. And Voss like, I play a little bit of tennis too. So I think from then on, I invited him to a concert. It was Sona Nigam concert, right?
No,
Reka concert. Was there? No. Okay. Without my parents asking them, they were like, when I told them I invited him to the party, it was kind of hilarious because my parents were like, what? What did you do? So they're cleaning the car, they're finding another ticket to sit next to us. But that's what I got. Next is, so that was the Augusta time. And Voss's next stage in life was his Florida time. So from here, Vinny, are you available for this?
Okay, I want to start by introducing myself for people who are out of town who may not know me. I'm Vinny Luther. I'm a friend of Voss's for 18 years. I know him for 18 years, and it started when he first came to the hospital, and I actually never saw the guy. I had heard about him, and this went on for weeks. I had nurses saying, "Are you Dr. Prasad? Are you Dr. Prasad?" And I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Why do you keep saying, "Are you Dr. Prasad?" Anyways, this went on for weeks, and finally I met the guy. And I don't know if there's a huge or something, but like he's a good-looking guy. You know, it's okay. I can live with this. So I think you guys heard a lot about Voss and I, and unfortunately I'm the last speaker, I think. So a lot of what I'm going to say overlaps with what everybody else is saying, so you know it's true. So I first met Voss about 18 years ago, and I thought about all the years that I've known him, and I try to think of what are ways to describe Voss through my own eyes. And when I thought about it, I thought of 3 words: loyalty, dedication, and honesty. I think you heard his parents speak, you heard his brother speak, you've heard childhood friends, and I'm the last speaker, but pretty much everybody has spoken about these 3 words. So he's the type of friend that it doesn't matter what time of day, what time of night, doesn't matter how busy he is, he will always be there for you. Whatever you need. It could be he's busy doing a cath, he'll call you after the cath. If he's busy doing whatever, he always will make time. So through the years, I can't tell you how many times I've asked Voss, what are you doing this weekend? What are you doing this week? How many times has he told me, I have to go to Michigan for this. I have to go to Augusta for that. I have to go to New York for this. You met a lot of his friends earlier. These are childhood friends. These are people he's known for 40 years, 30 years, 50 years, whatever it is. That tells me something. There's a lot of people here who are from out of town, who he's known for years and years and years. Why is that? It's because he's such a loyal person. He's so dedicated to people. And he prioritizes these relationships. That means everything to him. And that's why I think this room is full of people from all over the United States. Professionally, he's an amazing cardiologist. I know this firsthand because I sent a lot of patients to him. That might be why I'm invited, I don't know. But regardless, his professionalism is one thing, it's his knowledge base is another. I think why he's such an amazing cardiologist is because he truly cares. He cares about every one of his patients. Every decision he makes is always in the best interest of his patients, and I can tell you firsthand, his patients love him. All right, so I'm gonna now shift to his greatest passion of life. So I was asked to talk about his time in Florida, his time in Brevard County. I think you heard about his childhood, you heard about medical school, you heard about residency. So I'm supposed to talk about I guess his family life, because this is Florida and Brevard County. The greatest passion in his life is his children. I spoke to his children earlier. I spoke to Rhea, I spoke to Sean, and I asked them, what is it you like about your dad? Like, what's the greatest thing about your dad? And to a T, they said a lot of the things that these other guys were saying. It's his passion, it's his dedication. They think he's the greatest dad in the world, because when they're committed to something, he's committed. He's behind them 100% always. And it shows in everything that they've accomplished in life, because they have such a great dad behind them, and Monica. I don't know where she's at. Rhea had an interest in piano, and I think he pushed her through many rehearsals. Takes them everywhere to do piano stuff, whatever piano stuff you do. But anyway, she entered an international piano contest through the backing of her dad and her mom. She actually won this international competition and got to perform at Carnegie Hall. Later, she would become valedictorian at Edgewood High School. Mr. Sean, he has a passion for tennis. And he's going on the 9th grade. I don't know if any of you know this or not, but he's actually been on the varsity tennis team since the 7th grade. He has a lot of big shoes to fill, but I look forward to seeing his future success, and with Voss behind him and Monica behind him, it's going to be amazing, I'm sure. But not only does Voss like to help his own kids, he's also made a lot of time and effort to help other kids. He spent countless hours with my own children, I've seen it firsthand, and other children in the community. One thing that comes to mind was when you did the Bhangra dances with the kids for India Fest. He volunteered his time on the weekends. With tennis, he's always giving pointers. With basketball, he's always giving pointers. He's into sports, obviously. So, I didn't talk a lot about Monica, because she's going to give a speech, I think, a little bit later. But Monica, I'm sure, would say that he's a huge pillar of strength. To finish, I want to say happy 50th birthday. You're an amazing person. And I can't tell you how blessed we all are to have you in our life. Thank you.
It's time for me to plug in my Tesla.
Okay, so now let's hear it from the man of the hour, the birthday boy.
All right, I know it's been a long speech, but I want to take a couple minutes of your time to thank all the people who've come here and all the people who've made this day amazing. Let me start off with my parents. Obviously, I owe everything to them, and I can't. I actually have kids around the same age that I was when I came to this country. I can't imagine what it's like to leave your country, leave all your friends, and then just leave and go to a different place, go to a different country, and set up shop there, and have enough patience and dedication to make sure that your kids turn out well, and give them the support that they always do to make sure that we turn out okay. And thank you, Mom and Dad. I love you guys. And second, I would like to thank my amazing wife. Obviously, I did all of this, and she had very little to do with this. So obviously, she does everything. And no matter how hard my parents worked, they left their country, came to this country, and I wanted to meet somebody who was exactly like my parents, who were that dedicated. But I did not realize that there was another level yet to step up. And my wife takes it to the next level. Her dedication to me and to our kids is is amazing, and I am so lucky and so thankful that I met Monica and married her. So a big round of applause for my wife, please. Hopefully that'll get me out of a Valentine's Day gift. And next, I also want to thank my 4 brothers. Kieran, what can I say? Thank you for still talking to me after years and years of abuse. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy with the life and your accomplishments, and Sumangla and everything, and the kids. And I'm so happy that we're going to be close forever. But I just want to say that I'm so proud of you, and that I'm so glad you're here celebrating with us. Which there would never be a question, but I'm so glad you're here. Because life, you never know where life will lead, right? I mean, 2 years ago, one of the most unexpected things happened in this country. And everything was in shock. You never know where things will lead. It was random, it affected the whole world, and to this day, we're still thinking about it, at least in our family. And of course, the thing that I'm talking about is Amit getting married. Where are you, Amit? 2020 will forever for us be remembered with Amit getting married. We're totally happy with Amit and Deanna, and you guys make an amazing couple. And we've shared our joys, we've shared so many moments, and I never got to pick on you when we were kids, but thankfully I still get to beat you in ping pong over and over and over and over and over again. And we've shared joys, we've shared tears, mostly tears of joy when I win and tears of joy of you, or tears of losing. Where is he? He is not hearing any of this. I can't pick on him. Oh, his daughter's crying. Okay, we'll leave him alone. And then Manu and Deepak, my other 2 brothers, we've grown up, obviously, our whole lives together. Any big decisions I make, I check with Manu, I check with Deepak, and we've talked about everything from what it means to be in love to how to be successful and how to give back to the world and how to be a better person. And, I never thought we would be here, or maybe Manu always knew, But Deepak, you set such lofty goals, and he always accomplishes them. So it always inspires me to do all of those things. And finally, my in-laws, I hate to even call them in-laws. They're like my parents as well. They are the best in-laws that I could ask for, and they're the best, people that I could be with. I mean, they have shown me how to show compassion and show how to make another person feel amazing. Every time I'm around them, I feel the best that I could possibly feel in life. And that's, hopefully I can give that to others as well. And to all of my friends from all over the country, from Washington, the state, and California, and New York, and DC, and everyone, I'm so thankful that you guys were all able to take the time and come here. I haven't really accomplished anything other than turning yet another age. But I'm so glad that you guys have taken the time to come celebrate. And finally, last but not least, my family from here, from Melbourne. Thank you guys for taking the time and partying with me. I'm hoping this is going to be a night to remember, which I might not remember after all the tequila shots we're about to do. But let's have a blast. Thank you guys again for sharing this night with me. I really appreciate it.
Hi, everybody. Could you guys maybe just for 1 second, just take your seats? Dessert's about to be open. We just wanted to cut a cake real fast for Vaz before the dance floor gets open. You know, I want to take 2 seconds to just say, Vas, we love you. I wouldn't want to do life with anybody else but you. Thank you for being our pillar of strength. You're a huge blessing. And thank you for all you do for our family. We love you. Now we're just gonna cut a cake. Maybe we can just sing happy birthday from where everyone is. And start dancing.
Boss, happy birthday to you. A little Muhammad Rafi song, and perhaps you could all join in. Baar baar dil ye aaye, baar baar dil ye gaaye, baar baar dil ye aaye, baar baar dil ye gaaye, tu jiye hazaron saal ye meri hai arzu. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, boss. Giddy up, giddy friends, giddy go, giddy